Once upon a time, Nate, a member of the sodium family, was betrothed to a member of the chlorine family named Chloe. After their wedding, where they were formally bonded, Nate and Chloe set out to explore the world. They saw many fascinating things as they traveled. One morning in particular, they came upon a large lake of solution which stood in their way. They decided that they should swim across, but what they didn't realize was that the lake was infested with water molecules. Water molecules each have a positive and a negative end, which they use to attract stray ions on the outside of ionic compounds. As soon as Nate and Chloe stepped into the lake, they were surrounded by the water molecules. The molecules dissolved the couple by pulling them apart. They carried off Chloe with their hydrogen surrounding her. To prevent Nate from reaching her, the water molecules cornered him as well, keeping their bigger, more negative oxygen atoms toward him. Nate tried to escape his bonds by wriggling against his captors. As he increased in energy, the temperature increased and the water molecules became gases. Nate was free. He joined up with his old friend Iodine to calm his nerves, but Chloe was still trapped near some poles. Nate yelled to her to start moving so she could get rid of the water too. But before she could do so, she ran into the pole. Her electron was torn off and she became bonded to another chlorine atom. They both floated away. Nate was devastated. He immediately started looking for Chloe. He inquired after every diatomic element he encountered, asking after her, but to no avail. Finally, he found her, but she was attached to another chlorine. They ran to hug each other, but it wasn't an effective collision because they didn't have sufficient energy. The two substances bounced off of each other. In order to find a way to become bonded, both pairs set off for the dwelling of the smartest, most awesomest, most practical, most beautiful, most noble wizard of all time, Dumbledore. They asked for his help, and Dumbledore agreed. They jumped into the solution, and Dumbledore heated it up. They tried colliding again, and it was effective. Nate was back with Chloe, and the other iodine and chlorine stayed dissolved in solution, and everybody was happy. Nate and Chloe thanked Dumbledore for his help.
And they lived happily ever after.